We hope you're in the mood for honey. That's because today I am visiting Honey Bee Good Apiaries. Husband and wife Lloyd and Ashley Hardrick are both beekeepers who run a bee farm out of their backyard here in Atlanta. Today they invite us to get up close and personal with the bees
as they enlighten us on just how much we depend on bees. Welcome to Honey Bee Good Apiaries. Take a close look around and you'll see and hear lots of little pollinators hard at work all across the yard.
This is where all the magic happens.
First-generation beekeepers Lloyd and Ashley Hardrick say they've been growing their business since 2015, when they began with just a single beehive.
You want to make sure they have enough space so they won't swarm or leave.
Today, their backyard has 20 hives buzzing with busy bees, but they haven't always been beekeepers. A tragic event in their personal lives led to the career changes.
I believe it really began with our son passing. Our son passed in 2014, Landon, and I believe after that, we really had a different focus on things, a different outlook on life, and we already surrounded ourselves by a circle of friends that are farmers, acquaintances that are farmers, people that are growing their own food and producing for themselves. And so as soon as my husband came to me and said, hey, you know, this is something that I'm interested in and we should look into, we did our research and we looked up the importance of honeybees.
They both admit it's been a long journey of trial and error to grow from one beehive to 20, as Ashley has a degree in political science, while Lloyd is an Army veteran. The Hardricks did not let the inexperience stop them. They are now not only expanding their bee farm business, but they say they're solidifying a future for their surviving children, Lennox, Logan, and Lloyd II.
This is a forever, it's not just a now. This is generational wealth. This is for our children. We have 3 beautiful children now, so this is for them.
The entrepreneurs say they recognize the reality that as Black beekeepers in the metropolitan Atlanta area, they're in the minority. However, they add that there are other Black beekeepers out there. Lloyd points to the lack of exposure as one reason they're so hard to find.
It's something that's believed that's only in rural areas, and that's just not true.
Yes.
I would say also fear, because of this idea that bees are dangerous and they can kill you and stuff like that. But really, they're really in charge of this small world that's really in charge of our big world.
Lloyd also says some people simply don't understand what beekeepers do.
When we go to the grocery store and we tell people what we do, the first instinct is, what's that? We're trying to change our culture in the aspect of, farmers, beekeepers, just people that feed us just need to be more exposed to our community.
Lloyd says he and his wife have gotten inquisitive stares at beekeepers meetings as the only Black people in the room. He says they take it as a badge of honor.
Yes, I am the first one you might see, but I'm not going to be the last. So I look at it as we are the stepping stone of generations behind us.
Lloyd explains how they retrieve the honey from the hives.
Those frames, they'll be capped with honey, and then what we'll do is we'll uncap those wax caps that they use to keep it stored. And what we'll do is we'll put it on its side, and then we'll put it in what we call honey extractor. And it's a circular fuse that makes it spin around real fast, and all the honey splashes up against the wall. And it comes down, and then we filter it and we just put it in a jar. No heat, no anything.
Ashley Hardrick says honey has so many health benefits, it might surprise you.
Honey is not only good for the body, but it's great for the hair. And so we have a lot of clients that put it in their hair for growth purposes. It's also good for anti-inflammatory. All of it is good for anti-inflammatory.
Yeah, anything that comes out.
Everything that comes out of the hive is good for anti-inflammatory. That's why this is so great for eczema.
Humans also rely on bee pollination for much of the food we eat.
When we go to the grocery store, for example, when we see a bunch of apples, those apples were flowers not too long ago, and the bees have a direct result of pollination. Pollination keeps us alive.
Much like the busy pollinators buzzing from plant to plant as they fertilize our environment, the Hardricks aim to spread as much knowledge as they can about the essential role of bees. They say it starts with the youth.
We go to our community and we talk to the children about the importance of honeybees and why they're so important, and you should not be afraid of them, because that's the persona that they get now is, oh, bees? Well, I've been stung by a bee before. So it's, it's like we're wanting to change that whole focus.
The Hardricks say by the spring they hope to expand their business to another location from their home to about 7 to 15 acres. And by that time, they will also have about 40 more beehives. Reporting in Atlanta, Ashley Williams for Atlanta Black Star.